Let's try this. Wow. Meet me at Walnut Tree Junction, part 2. Because I shared the video of Meet Me at Walnut Tree Junction on my Facebook page, not my business one, my personal one, my Martin Thomas page, a series of events occurred that came from because I shared the information rather than acting myself. So you know that I hit my wife. Now that was a crime, and I was going to report myself. If I'd done so, the police told me they would have said, "What are you talking about? She was smashing your kitchen up. Leave us alone." Rightly so. Louise wasn't going to report it. She's not going to drop me in it. Yeah, she loves me. She wouldn't do that. So that was nice. And so because I'd shared it, a third party reported it as domestic violence. And so the police immediately assumed a predator and prey behaviour and acted accordingly. According to them, the gold standard of dealing with domestic violence cases. And so I was arrested. They tricked me into going to Pontypridd police station. And I went with Louise. I drove my car there. I parked it in a public car park and paid for an hour's parking. That's how confident I was that this would soon be sorted out and we'd be going home. Instead, I was arrested and Louise was just left stranded because she can't drive. And nothing I could do, nothing. I'm arrested, I'm in the back of the van, and I'm off to Merthyr Tydfil, the suite there. It's a name with a name I never remember, not confinement, that suite. Where they lock everyone up. Custody suite, there you go. Custody sergeant. So I was in the custody suite of Merthyr Tydfil police station all of a sudden, thrown in there. This is 9 o'clock on Good Friday. A series of moves. I think I turned up at the police station 8 o'clock in the evening at Pontypridd. I'm in a cell. Yeah, typical custody suite cell. I'm assuming, I can't remember the last time I was in one, apart from when I got sectioned, and that was a mental health one. But this seemed very similar. A big open tiled box, sterile, bright light, a window. It could have been a light. Who knew? It was so opaque. Bog, mattress, blanket, pillow, thin. Yeah, nothing. And so I'm from where I was thinking I was going to go home in an hour and sort my dogs out. I'm lying in this, what looked like being sectioned again. And I recognised it immediately. I went, okay, what's happened is they're demonstrating that you've got no power. And that's true. I didn't have control, but I did have control. I went, fuck it, I've got to sleep now. There's absolutely nothing I can do. Everything has been removed from me. I've no phone, no shoes. There's a steel door between me and the world, but there are these things in this room, and the things are saying, lie down and go to sleep. So I did that. I tried to. Put a shirt over my eyes. But you can hear this noise as well. It's like, it must be the central heating because it's fucking hot in these places. They keep it, that set environment for you as a lesson, so that you're primed for the interview, so you won't say anything you're not supposed to. So I went to sleep. Then I woke up, and of course I wasn't sleeping well. So it's just a restless time passing. But the only decent thing to do is to sleep. I read a book, From Here to Eternity, and Pruitt teaches you how to do it. Just don't eat anything. Just drink water. They left me some sugary snacks, right? A couple of little sweetie bars. So I ate them slowly through the day and just drank water. That's all I had. And I just rested. Did fuck all. That's the way to do it. And I thought, Tommy Robinson's done fucking 200 days soon. You can do 24 hours, my son, without any complaints. Yeah? Tommy Robinson's a fucking hero, legend. Shows us how to act. Yeah? Get to fuck. And so I went to sleep with those thoughts in my mind. And it was Good Friday. And because it was Good Friday, I thought about Christ on the cross. I'd already had Palm Sunday when I'd smashed my wife, slapped her like that, really hard, concussed her. So hard that I concussed her. And because she'd thrown a microwave on the floor, she was so powerful and massive, I had to stop her. At the moment of her being the most powerful, I could step in and stop that demon. And I did. So I woke up, right? So, and Christ is on the cross. So here I am, Palm Sunday, Good Friday. I've sacrificed myself because I shared it. I knew I wanted trouble. I wanted something to come from telling our story, and finally I got it. I was in a police station, and I was about to record an interview about what had gone on, why I'd slapped my wife, and of course the story of that must go back to me being sectioned at 21, and therefore the question of why I was sectioned was: is the speed of light constant or variable? Please prove it's constant. If you can't, leave variable on the table. But instead of answering that question, I was sectioned. So now I was back to that same position again, and I was going to do it in a police station in a recorded interview. No olanzapine, no drugs, yeah, and completely set and sweet, prepared for this for at least a year for this interview. So I was going to introduce Dr. Leva into a recorded police station, into a recorded statement of the police station, and I did. Had this interview, and that will be posted next. My plan, I'm going to get it and post it because it changes the world. I show them how shit they are. I just show them, and I show them, and I show them, and I show them how shit you are. Not you, the people that I'm talking to, the individual people. We're meeting and discussing, and off camera, we talked about some stuff, and we were human beings with each other. Okay, but when we back to the recorded stuff, we were system and character. And so I believe that changes the world. Now, I also got a chance while I was inside to have a discussion with psychiatrists, 2 psychiatrists, a mental health and a social worker, as I should have been. Rightly so, checking my mental health. That's all I ever wanted. Check my mental health. Who has capacity here? I want them to judge. Does the Reynolds BNG 220 have capacity to judge his own mental health? Shall we leave him alone, or shall we interfere? So I proved to them that I was the only person capable of assessing my mental health, and they can all fuck off. And I bossed these 2 psychiatrists. The one was nice and interested in what I was saying. The one, totally corrupted. Total corruption of a psychiatrist. And I told him, not recorded, right? I told him that your discipline, psychiatry, is in big trouble because the court case that shows that men are men and women are women is pointing out the bleeding obvious. And therefore, anyone who's been following a different line from the bleeding obvious, there's something suspect there. And it's in psychiatry and the Lewy bodies, and goes back to Göttingen 27 and the rise of psychiatry. And Göttingen 27 is where all this takes off from. Look at who was there, look at the plan that was made in science, in physics. It's all on the table, recorded in this interview. And so I got to boss these 2 psychiatrists. The social worker, Sarah, God bless her, brilliant. She said to me, so I always, this is how I start with anyone professional. I say, tell me what do you think about the double slit experiment? They go, what? No one has ever fucking heard of it, ever, in these places. And so you can come at them straight away with, you know more about this than they do. And so the Sarah said, tell me about the double slit experiment. Can you just, a brilliant question, in the simplest possible terms, can you explain the double slit experiment? What do you mean, this particle wave duality? And I went, okay. So I go, water, 2 double slits, 1 wave through the 2 slits, becomes 2 waves, creates an interference pattern behind the 2 ripples, cross over each other, and there's a pattern of peaks and troughs, and if there was a screen there, you'd see that. Water, got it? Go to electrons, stream of electrons, exactly the same. You'll go into being fired from a laser through the two slits, creates interference pattern behind, peaks and troughs on a screen. Single, and then and that to me proves medium. There's a medium. The electrons are moving through a medium, like water. It's called the ether, light fibers. When it's one, this is where the magic now comes. So the beautiful part is when you have one electron, you prove it's a medium because it also moves in a wave because it's moving in the medium. Very simple. Now, when I got to that bit, when I was just about to explain proof that the ether exists as a medium, the evil psychiatrist interrupted me and stopped me telling Sarah the answer. And I looked at him and I knew he was in trouble. He's one of them. He's one of those who's been telling our children that they're girls if they're boys and that boys if they're girls, and cutting their bodies. Apparently the body doesn't matter what gender you are. It's irrelevant what shape your body is, but we're going to chop the fucking thing around anyway to make some kind of facsimile of what God created. And that was psychiatry. So nailed. And so the future starts. Because Dr. Labour has been laid at a police station in a recorded interview as the corruption, and I had a Bible in my hand in this interview. Beautiful. Get where I am, Good Friday. They said, do you want a book? I said, yes, please. I said, but I haven't got my glasses, I can't fucking read it, but I'll have a Bible, please. So they gave me the Gideon's Bible, and that was enough for me. I knew what's in it. And so when I'm at this police interview, I've got a Bible in my hand, and I hold the Bible up in the interview, and I put it on the chair beside me, and I say, that's my truth. I'm standing on that truth, and I'm telling my truth, and you can get to fuck. Challenge me on that basis. Go on. In a police station, in a recorded interview, in the United Kingdom, where God has just taken over the law, and nobody's yet noticed, but you will in a minute. And then I walked out of there, a free man. And there was a lot. Now, in a film, you won't see much of me lying around doing nothing, but know that that was the main experience for me, with these little highlights that I had to make the most of, and therefore the best thing for me to do was rest and gentle myself, so I'm ready for the next phase, whatever's coming. And eventually, I got let out. Had a final test at the end, where they came in. Get what happened. This is how lovely they treat people. I've been through this horrible ordeal. They found out that I was actually an innocent man trying to help my wife, and it was all about love, and that I'd just been wanting to go home, get out of there. Of course, I was being tortured. That whole setup is torture, as Tommy Robinson knows. And he's doing it. Come on, Tommy, we're with you. You're coming out of there, you're going on holiday. Tommy Robinson's going on holiday, wherever he wants to go, with his kids and his family and his friends, and we're going to leave him the fuck alone. And if he wants to invite anyone in, he can do so. Crack on, Tommy. That's how good we are. That's how good this is. We've taken over the country. We've taken over the law. God has returned. My dog's now calling me, so I'm finishing off. When I walked out of that police station, I held my arms aloft, because this horrible woman had come in and said to me, oh, we're really busy now. The best thing you can do, my friend, is just chill out and I'll get back to you. And she shut the steel door again. Because they're fucking busy. Because they're busy. I've got to wait a bit longer in my torture room. Okay? And I was so desperate to get on that intercom and say, let me the fuck out of here, you cunts. Right? Or to pace up and down and shout and go fucking around, rage with the injustice that was being dealt out to me, a free man. Right? Or I could have lain there and gone back to sleep. So instead of thinking that I was going to be let out any minute, I decided I was going to be let out in the morning, and therefore the best thing I do is go to sleep. It'd be Christmas morning, one more sleep. And then I think I did sleep a little, and then a policeman walked in and I was free. I walked out, my arms aloft. And my wife and my sister, my beloved sister, rolled up in my car to pick me up in the police station in a moment you couldn't have timed any better. Because if I hadn't had that last hour, I'd have been waiting in the fucking car park, wouldn't I? So the best place was me with my head down. God loves me. God loves me. Listen to my family, my 2 dogs, and look at my life. I invite you into my life to look at it and go, bloody hell, that man has cracked it. And I invite you to do the same. Welcome to the new earth. Welcome to the future. It's begun. Follow the Rebel King.